What's up, guys? My name is Jomel Socorro,
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
and we are the Wannabe Boo podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. This is episode 44. Wait,
Bodie-fo.
yeah. Big 4-4, and
Going
Jesus
to toe
Christ.
with some mo. Get your... Alright, I'm done.
Get yo ho ass out of Mo. I don't know. Are we gonna keep going or no?
Keep the flow. Yeah, we're done.
All right. Oh
I
man,
may be brown, but I cannot string them lyrics.
this is true. I am also brown, but not as brown as you,
Right.
unfortunately.
You're brown with Asian seasoning.
Like adobo seasoning. I'm brown with adobo seasoning.
Right, just straight fucking vinegar and soy sauce.
No, but also the actual powder seasoning of adobo, like the ones you can get in Spanish markets.
Is that a thing?
Are you not aware of the the actual adobo seasoning?
No, I thought it was just vinegar and soy sauce, Jomel.
Oh, no,
that's the way you told me it was made.
Oh no, yeah, that's Filipino adobo, like the actual dish. But there's an actual like the Spanish have a seasoner called adobo as well, which is like the holy grail of seasoning in general.
Okay, I haven't had it. I'll have to try it.
Oh yeah, definitely. You should definitely check it out. Well, I don't know how available such thing is in Alabama, so check out your local Walmart maybe. I don't know.
I mean, Walmart. Yeah, Walmarts are pretty diverse.
Yeah, they have grocery stores. They have grocery areas now in Walmart, so trying to be more like Target.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, how are you been, Jarron? How was your week?
Pretty stressful. Keep procrastinating on homework, and that makes me stress when I have to do it the day before.
Classic.
Classic.
I actually no, yeah, it makes sense. Like, cause when this comes out, shouldn't it be finals week for most universities? I know it's finals week for a couple of universities here.
Yeah, it'll be finals night for me.
Oh,
or
really?
Finals week, not night.
Oh.
My last class is on Saturday.
Oh, right. And what are you doing on this podcast, John? Shouldn't you be studying right now?
Let's see. Actually, if he put the study guide out, then yes, I should be studying. But if not, then no. Though I imagine he put it out. I don't fucking feel like logging into my university shit. But yeah, so I focus on school. Worked a little bit. Sold some tickets at a basketball game.
Hey.
My friends got me $50 in PlayStation currency. So
Oh,
I'm
really?
trying to figure out what I'm gonna buy.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
I kind of want Red Dead Redemption, but then I'm like, I didn't like the first one, so I definitely shouldn't do that.
Oh, you didn't like the first one?
I did like it, but then I don't know, it just got old.
Well, I mean, it is old timey, like outlaw.
No, got old as in I don't know. I was if you've ever played the first one, I don't know how far it is into the game, but I played it for like at least like a total of like 10 hours or so, 12 hours. And mind you, I like to do side missions and shit, so it just took me a long time to get anywhere.
Right.
But it was around the time where we started going into Mexico for whatever reason, and I was just crossing this fucking barren desert in my poncho and horse. I'm like, I'm over this. I'm done. No more.
You done with the cowboys and the desert crossing and the ponchos and all that?
I was just done with it, and I just couldn't do it anymore, and I stopped playing.
I see.
But so, based on that and how much I've heard about Red Dead Redemption 2 being, a horse and snow simulator, I'm like, I'm good. I'm probably good.
Well, there's always Spider-Man.
There is Spider-Man. I'm curious about it. I'm there, but like, I could also get Dragon Quest 12, whatever the most recent one is, because I like the Dragon Quest series. I don't love it. I've only played 8, or I guess technically 8 and 5, but
There's always Spyro as well.
Yeah, well,
the Spyro. Oh, wait, I don't know how much of a classic classic lover you are, because that Spyro trilogy remake is already out as well.
It would be worth as much as I did enjoy Spyro when I was younger, it would be worth about $20 to $30 to me, all three games,
Yeah.
remade or not. So no, I
Or
would not be paying full price.
that's
Granted, you
true.
get three games, but no.
I mean, you could always wait for like Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out.
You're right. I could do that. Oh well, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Because it's only a month away, right? Isn't it? Roughly.
Quote unquote. You
Quote
know it's gonna
unquote.
be delayed till fucking the end times.
Until Kingdom Hearts itself has been reopened.
Right, exactly. Fucking, I'm privy to Square Enix's bullshit.
Or Code Vein. Code Vein's also coming out too, isn't it?
Fuck, I forgot about Code Vein. Oh.
So many choices, but so little money, Jerron. I know
And
the
then the new
feeling.
God Eater looks really good. It doesn't look like the dog shit the other ones did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. I gotta. I fuck.
I think it's
Damn
not.
it.
You gotta make some lists. You gotta make some pro and con lists, and just
Yeah, I do.
go with which one you would like last long with when it comes to like gameplay time, and how many hours would you waste your time with the most, and just
Well,
stick with that.
how much of that time? No, I have to. You have to consider how much of that wasted time I would enjoy using.
That's true.
Because you can play a game and just be like, all right, this it's fun at first, and then without even realizing it, it just becomes I just want to finish this game. You don't even think about it. You don't even think about whether or not you're having fun or not. You're probably not. It's just kind of like
It's
I'm
becoming more of a
doing
task.
this. It's just a task that to be completed.
Exactly.
So I don't want a game to just be I don't want to buy a new game that and waste birthday money on a game that's just going to be a task to complete. I want it to be a task that's fun to complete.
Exactly. Oh, how about this? Call of Cthulhu.
Yes, I did consider that.
There's always that.
I did. I watched a review on it though, and apparently it's not as good as I was hoping it was.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah. So I'm a little hesitant on that too,
Hmm. I
but I'll
mean,
figure it out.
yeah. Regardless what you do with it, you're not. You're getting you're gonna be getting these games heavily discounted
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
general.
I'll pay at most $10.
Exactly. At most.
Or if
So
I want to be, super duper, I could go to like, what is it? Well, I know Darksiders 3 came out. I can get the deluxe super whips and chains and BDSM edition for $100
yeah, there we go, and just get that like half off. And
and just fucking suck my own dick while I'm at it.
I mean, shit, the possibilities are endless, Jaron.
Right. I went to the PSN store and it doesn't even tell you what's in the fucking pack. I'm like, what's the point? Like, what does she get a nude outfit? Then I'll buy it.
I mean,
I mean, I won't, but
maybe the odds be ever in your favor, I guess.
right. But speaking of games, lots of shit's been going on in the gaming universe. Fucking Red Dead Redemption online came out.
Oh
How's
yeah.
that? You own the game? Did you dabble with the online?
Yeah, see, to be honest with you, I'm sort of afraid to go online because of what I've heard.
All right, because you can there's you can grief people. You can just keep fucking with someone,
Pretty
and
much.
you don't really get punished for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, pretty much people are quoting it as like cowboys in hell. So
Yeah. But I mean, GTA was like that.
yeah, that's true. GTA Online was like that. So I mean, I'm gonna wait for it to um, like these like stay. I'm gonna wait for it to stabilize for a bit and see how things go.
Right.
Because right now it's just one hell of an outlaw mess right now. And I mean, plus also I'm still working on the main story anyway, so I still gotta get used to all the controls and all that stuff, and
Right. Right.
get
Right.
me my horsey and all that, and get me my good old whiskey.
Go all whiskey, beans, and corn. Go out and shoot some propers in the skull and steal their wedding rings.
Exactly.
Um, but I heard that fucking Fallout 76 is just absolute doo doo.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not just 76. It's just everything surrounding 76 and Bethesda and all that. Man, it's been a real shit show for the past like 4 days.
I feel so bad for them because I love Bethesda. Like they're a dumb company, but I think they're great.
Right. Exactly. Like you can almost like call them like stupidly experimental.
Right. I mean that was I guess as Todd explained it during last E3. 76 was an experiment, but like this, it fucking blew up. Like didn't blow up in their face, it blew up in their ass. Like it, they set it up, turned around, and now they have no backside.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I can't. This is almost like EA levels of bad, and where it's almost just pitiful at this point.
I honestly, I'd argue it's worse than EA bad right now.
That's well, I don't know. You can't beat Blizzard right now at this point.
Well, that's a good point. Well, okay, but here's the thing though. You can be disappointed that a game that you like isn't coming out. I mean, granted, Diablo 4 is coming out.
Right.
You can be upset at an announcement, but it's a different thing to be upset buying a full price game for $60 and then like a couple weeks later it's half off. And then when you complain to Bethesda, they're like, all right, here's $5 of in-game currency. And then they say, all right, well, this is flopping. We need to make as much money as possible. All right, we're gonna put out a special edition that's $100 or what is it,
200.
$200, and then you just get a bag of bullshit. And then to appease those people, they send you a bag, just a bag. It's a nice bag, but it's a fucking bag.
Well, no. Well, are talking about like the special edition that people were getting.
Yeah, doesn't that come with like some sort of sack or something?
Yeah. See, that sack ended up being like a piece of shit glorified trash bag, from what everyone's been
Oh, okay.
saying. Because it
So
was
it's the two of the same things. Gotcha.
Yeah, cause okay, so cause the whole, I mean, okay, one of the big things that started, one of the big things that started off, besides the awful gameplay apparently, and just
Mm-hmm.
the jankiness of the whole system, is that when people started getting their special editions of Fallout 76, is that
Mm-hmm.
one of the items that were being promoted, that's being part of the special edition, was a canvas like Vault-Tec bag, or was it West-Tec or something? Pretty much it was a
Mm-hmm.
canvas bag, duffel bag that that was gonna be included in the package. That was gonna house the power armor helmet and all that,
Right.
and it clearly stated it was going to be canvas, and it was also depicted in the picture to be good quality, pretty decent quality, like a nice little duffel bag, like you'd see.
Right.
And
Right.
then when people actually received their special editions and opened them up, it turns out that the canvas was switched over to a nylon bag, which is, if you're familiar with nylon, it's like a very cheap, almost like Halloween costume store level of plastic.
Yeah, I'm fucking not, yeah.
And that wasn't the bad part. The bad part about the rest of it is like you said, the whole 500 atoms thing. Before that, some of the reps over at Bethesda were saying that, yeah, so it turns out that the canvas bag was too expensive to make, so we decided to switch it over to nylon instead.
After
And
you pay for it.
exactly, but don't let this ruin the experience for it, because we still think that this is our best special editions. Yeah, they actually like stated that this is that this was their one, that they're proud of this special edition apparently.
Bullshit.
And then another one of the emails, one of them ended with like, yeah, so and nothing else is gonna be done about nothing. There's nothing else we can do about it. Well, no, there's nothing gonna be done about it. So they were kind of just straight up telling people like, yeah, nothing's gonna happen. So sorry.
Look, EA's bad, but that was a super duper shit move. That was like that. I would argue that that's one of the most heinous things a video game company has done in a very long time.
Exactly. And it's not like
Like,
they don't have supplies. Apparently, during the Fallout 76 event, some
mhm,
influencers were able to get a nice canvas bag and all that stuff for showing up. But then when it came to their, obviously those are like limited run, but when it came to their limited run special editions, they kind of skimped out and, kind of just went dark about
right.
the whole change and all that.
And I like how they're saying that they're proud, but like honestly the best thing ever was when they were announcing Fallout 4 and you can get the fucking Pit Boy arm thing with the
Yeah.
app and it would work like with your game. Like that's some sick shit right there. It's completely pointless, but it was great. Like
It's
that's
part of the
cool.
experience. Yeah, it adds the experience.
Right. So like fucking man Bethesda, that's some shit.
Yeah, I mean it's almost so hard to like, it's like watching a building burn down. You kind of just wanna help stop it, but it kind of burned on its own, or it's burning on
Right.
its own right now. So they're trying their best right now to make things right, but so far I haven't seen any positive updates yet when it
They're
comes to.
throwing gasoline onto the fire. That's what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, this is true. This is definitely
Just
true.
it's fucking asinine. Fucking shame on you, Bethesda.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and
But
I was even considering Fallout 76 just because I had 3, 4, and I was like, you know what, no, let's try it out because anyway, because there hasn't been any publicity about it since
right,
E3, so no
right.
one knew the shitstorm that was to come.
Well, I mean, the I feel honestly the reason why it failed is because they didn't work hard enough on it.
Like just no development on it, or not enough development on it.
Well, when I say not enough development, well, yeah, I guess yeah, literally not enough development. All they did was say, "All right, we're gonna make a new map." Though I hear the maps itself is pretty cool. Virginia is pretty nice for a map,
Take me home, country roads.
right? Uh, but literally all the only other thing they did is make a nice map and then put Fallout 4 in it, and then the rest of their time went to trying to make it multiplayer.
Pretty much, yeah.
And like that's just fucking ass. They didn't do any real writing. I mean, there's quests, but because there's no other NPCs, which they for whatever reason
Oh yeah, because they
think is
want.
like
Did they want
what?
like? Did they want all their? Did they want every like player to? Oh, every interactive like character to be a real person.
Yeah, it's like the idea is that the only people that you're ever gonna meet is other players, and like in a certain setting, that's fine. Like if you've ever played Planet Side, Jomel,
Yes, I
or
have.
heard of it.
Yep, I played it.
So like that's one of those things where every NPC you're gonna meet is another fucking player. I
Yeah, cause
think.
yeah, because it's pretty much it's a army battle simulator. You just have a mass of people just killing each other.
Right, you're all at war with each other, one team versus the other, however the fuck it works.
Hmm.
Um, so in that situation, it's it's similar. What's the point of Fallout? What's the point of Fallout 76? Everyone's either working together or beating the shit out of each other. What's the point of PlanetSide? Everybody's either working together or beating the shit out of each other.
But
But the
yeah,
problem is that I feel like the reason why PlanetSide works is because you all have a reason to do so. Like you're like, we have to beat them. There's
right.
this, in order to win, you have to beat the other team. Fallout 76 is like, all right, we can work together, we can kill other people, but then what?
Survive.
For like survive what? Like, oh man, I gotta, it's essentially you're just playing again Fallout 4 on the hardest difficulty, which requires you to sleep and eat and shit.
Exactly. I mean, to be honest, at this point, I think you're better off playing Minecraft.
Right, you're literally better off playing a Minecraft server that does the same damn thing. I mean, granted, again, I advocate a lot for the combat mechanics that Fallout 4 improved on from Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Hmm.
But I mean, you got to have a little bit more than that.
Yeah, true. And there's also a lot of talk about like how they're still using the same creation engine since like
Yeah, they
Fallout
are.
3 or something. Or no, since Oblivion, I think.
No, since actually since
Skyrim?
Morrowind, I think,
Oh, okay.
or maybe the one before that. I'm not sure. It's updated but not upgraded.
Yeah, it's
I
still
guess.
it's still an old rooted system. It's still an old rooted engine, pretty much.
Right.
That they've been just up updating and just patching since its dawn of creation.
Now, to be fair, I I personally don't necessarily have a problem with that because again, like I said, they are updating it. They're trying to make it fresher, make it work better.
Right.
Ironing out the kinks, adding new things that can work with it. So again, that's why I said the gameplay comparison from 3 to 4 is vastly different. It's so much better in 4.
Hmm.
Everything works better, and like it's just I don't know. I just love it way more. And then again they ported that to Fallout 4. But the problem with that is they didn't really touch it. They didn't
Yeah.
upgrade. They didn't do anything to it, and that's another problem. It just they
Like
didn't update it, so there's no
yeah,
they
they
didn't
just
really
they just took
get
whatever
to
they
that.
had in the shed and kind of just put it in because it fit pretty much.
Right. Exactly. And I mean, again, because it's experiment,
I mean,
I'm willing to
it's one hell of
what?
an experiment. It's one hell of an experiment right now.
I mean, because technically it's an experiment. I can personally give them a pass on the game itself. The practices around it that they did is downright shameful.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. I still think a triple A price experiment is a bit much, to be honest.
That's also true. I think if they scaled it down a little bit, introduced more servers and shit like that, or how whatever the fuck they were talking about during E3 talks, like
Pretty
there's not going
much.
to be multiple servers. It's all one big server, but some technology that I have no idea how to understand, despite being a ex computer science major. However the fuck they made it, it does all this, and that. But I feel like they should have just scaled it down, reduced the price, and then people would have been fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, I can only hope to see how Bethesda's gonna claw their way out of here, out of this one.
Oh, they're done with it. They're just gonna move on to the next game.
That's it. They're gonna drop it and go with the next IP.
That's the best idea, honestly. Just
Just
like have a team to like try to make it a real game. You know, no, false. Put their best foot forward. Try to finish it as much as possible because it came out busted as shit. There's
right.
glitches and but that's expected of Bethesda.
Is it? Oh, I
Think about it.
guess.
Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind,
True. This
all
is
those are
true.
buggy as dicks. But the problem is when single player is buggy, it's like, all right, well, I'll just, I saved a bunch of times. I can start over somewhere, whatever, I guess. Kind of whatever.
Right.
But then you get online, it's like, all right, if this bugs out, it's over.
Exactly. You have a whole community being screwed over.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess I mean, I guess the best way. Yeah, it's like you said. The best way they can go is just not necessarily move on, but just keep it in the back burner. But at the same time, start. They can. They don't. I don't think they have the time and the resources to maintain the publicity at this
Right.
moment.
Just start working on fucking, what is it? Starfield?
Yes, Starfield.
Yeah, because that's
Then Elder
that's gonna be the
Scrolls.
one next up.
Is it
Or
okay?
is it six? Or is it Elder Scrolls 6?
I mean, there was no date. They just showed both names, so I don't know which one's first. To be honest, I think it might be Starfield next, and then Elder Scrolls.
Good,
Just the way they presented it. So
good.
they could just do it that way because they just presented both without any dates. So
They also, like, I mean, this is because I'm technically a part of this community, even though I don't make them myself. Just leave mods alone. Just let the game be modded and just fuck off. Leave it alone. You don't need to monetize it. No one wants to. If people want to pay for mods, people want to pay the person that makes the mod. They will go to their Patreon and they will give them money,
exactly.
especially if they're an active mod maker.
At the
But
very
like,
least, partner up with them that are known within the community.
right, or you could do that. Don't, because like I guess we're getting a little off tangent on most recent news, but like it to this day it still pisses me off with the fucking creation club for Skyrim. Wait, there's no
No,
creation club for Skyrim. It's just Fallout 4, right?
yeah, just follow 4.
For Fallout 4, um, where they try to make you pay for like recolors and fucking just little tiny shit that again, kudos to the mod authors that are making these things for people. But like, if you're gonna put money into something, I don't want to pay $1 for a different color single player game for a different color on a sword in a single player game. There's no point.
Right.
But I would pay for, like, most recently, I guess a recent mod from the Skyrim side of it. No, not even. Let's do recent. There's a mod being worked on in Fallout 4 that's essentially trying to make this entirely new map. I think you're going to Miami.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember
Yeah,
that like giant like mod update. That looks pretty cool too.
yeah, it looks really cool. I would pay the shit. That looks like DLC. I would
Exactly.
pay for that,
It's worth your
especially if,
money.
like, huh?
It's worth your atoms at this point.
It's worth your atoms, right? Exactly, precisely. It's a full thing. I think they're even voice acting it. You know, that's great. That's perfectly fine. I would put down $10, $20 for that, sure. But like, I'm not gonna pay $5 for a green sword. Fuck you.
Exactly. There's gotta be some effort and some level of care. I guess I don't know how this will work, but you got there's like a give and take with this kind of stuff.
Right. Though I guess here's the other thing. Here's another thing. If they wanted to do it and they had absolutely had to monetize it, I'm sorry to mod creators, but make it worth what it is. If it's just a recolor of a sword, it's like 5 cents. So like $1 would be like 100 atoms or whatever thing, and
Right.
it would be 5 atoms for a recolor.
Yeah. Or you can always be ambitious and try to outmod the modders. You know,
That is true. They could try to do that, but they won't.
just a suggestion if they want to charge $5 for a sword, at least make you know I want I you gotta out because not that they don't know it, but other modders are competition that they should be taking seriously.
Oh yeah, they're like it because again, and this community is still hella active. Like this is another reason why I love Bethesda. It's because they initially said, "Yeah, do whatever the fuck you want to the game. Sex mods, whatever, cool,
Exactly. Look at
do it."
Skyrim. It's becoming like Skyrim. It's the reason why Skyrim is so relevant is like in 2018 is because of the community.
Exactly. Like they will not stop making mods for that game. It is that you cannot stop. It won't stop until like 5, 6 years later, and after the next one comes out, because people are still modding Oblivion.
Right. Exactly.
It's nowhere near as frequent, but still, like
It's still
it's
relevant.
it's hilarious. But yeah, Bethesda just needs to get his shit together and
Yeah.
understand why Fallout or why Skyrim more so than Fallout 4 was beloved among their community.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
But I didn't really mean to go on that big Bethesda tangent.
No, that's okay.
Uh,
It's okay. I mean, the last bit of news I want to talk about is, yeah, granted, it's a little bit sadder news. So, I mean, as most of you already know, uh, yeah, as most of you already know, uh, like one of the one of the co-founders of Studio Ghibli, Isao Takahata.
mm,
He recently passed away. So, and this man is known for, what is it, Grave of the
Brave of the
Firefly
Fireflies.
Flies, and let's see.
I just looked at it. What was it? The Alps Girls. It was one of his earlier creations, one of his first creations with Ghibli, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, something Alps Girl. Fuck me, I forgot. God damn it, I hate
That's
that.
okay. I mean, none of the work. Some other works that he worked on as well was that I think I know what it is. It's Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind,
Oh, did he have? Oh, yeah, well, I guess of course he did.
Valley of the Wind, and then there's Castle in the Sky, and then
Oh,
the last directional credit he got was from the Tale of Princess Kaguya. So,
oh.
I mean, this man is a legend
Hmm.
within our community. So he lived a good life. He was 82 years old, and he suffered from a heart condition, and he will be missed as anyone else.
His work was amazing.
And I mean, him his work, partner, being with Studio Ghibli has impacted most of us, especially since like people from my age grew up during the Ghibli era. So
Right.
rest in peace, Isao Takahata. So they don't want to bring you guys down but that's some of the news that I got for you. Um, but in a lighter light, one of
Smash is coming out on the 7th.
exactly, Smash is coming out in the 7th. By the time this comes out, my dick will be wide open for it to just pop right on top of me. and for me to spend an irresponsible AAA price for it on, I'm debating whether I should get it on Thursday night, so I can just start practicing. Because
What do
apparently,
you mean Thursday night? It comes out It comes out Saturday.
no, it comes out Friday, the 7th.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, because I know there's some places doing like Thursday night releases, so I'm like, because I know I'm gonna pre-order it, and then I'm debating whether I should get it that Thursday night because I already know I already know I was invited to a Smash party, like Smash party and like mini tournament already for Friday release day.
You gotta go. I mean,
So
look.
I'm gonna go, but I'm debating whether I should get it on Thursday so I can start practicing up so I can be ready for that Friday.
I mean, I feel like you. Well, see, here's the thing, though.
Mhm.
I think personally that people that wait outside stores for certain products are fucking legends. These are the dedicated mofs that we
We
look up
aspire to
to.
be.
We aspire to be, even though I never want to wait outside another fucking store again. 'Cause I did it for the Wii and it was awful because it was free biting dick cold outside.
But wasn't it worth it though? Wasn't the whole experience wasn't that whole experience just memorable and ingrained into your brain?
Yes, but see, here's the thing. My experience was just with like like normies, because
Oh,
again,
I see.
it was a Wii, not a specific game.
Right, right.
Going there for Smash and waiting in those lines, those are your brethren.
That's true. It's gonna be like those are like Ace and Rave lines where people are high fiving and just talking about like Smash and just what they're planning to main and all that. It's
Right, exactly.
just that little abundance of people just coming together.
So that's why I think you should go, depending on the weather.
Doesn't matter to me. I think I'll just go. I think I'll go on Thursday. I'm off
Yeah,
that day anyway, so
yeah. Fuck it, might as well.
might as well. And I know I'm not gonna be sleeping that Thursday night. I'm gonna
You
be
sure won't. You sure as hell won't. Assuming they don't
um.
sell out before
Well, I
you
mean,
get into the store.
my pre-order better come in. I better
I mean,
have a game if I
it'll
pre-order
be
it.
there, but isn't the system of pre-orders? It doesn't work where like it's not necessarily first come first serve. You will get your game, but they might run out of stock before you can get it, so you have to wait the next time they get more stock for your pre-order.
I mean, I always thought they have a set amount of stock just for pre-orders and then a little bit more extra just in case for like walk-ins.
Wait, so does that mean they can run out
Maybe.
of pre-orders?
No, I don't think so because I feel like pre-orders are like an estimated amount of stock they need to order, and then they use the estimated number to buy more so that they have extras just in case. So
Got you.
they should at least have enough for pre-orders just in case, and then maybe a couple other copies for just walk-ins that people that didn't pre-order but came to the midnight release or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna assume that's how that works because they would not. I don't think they would allow pre-orders and then not have enough for the people that pre-ordered everything because at least it gives them because the pre-order numbers are there to give the store a good number to see how much they need to order when it comes to stock.
But there have been situations. No, yeah, specifically with the Switch, because people pre-ordered the Switch when it first came out, and
Well,
that kept running out of stock.
I mean, you can say the same thing about the Switch, because just like with the Wii, no, I don't think Nintendo knew how popular the Wii or the Switch was gonna be, so they only pumped out a certain amount of numbers that were a projected sale amount, but they never expected it to be a fucking selling like hotcakes every other month. So, but
That is
well,
true.
I mean, unless they're pre-orders, I don't know, because if they were pre-ordered, that's a different story. They probably had enough just for pre-orders, but for those who are walking around and looking for it, that they're out of luck because they didn't pre-order it. So I think
Right.
like in those situations, you'd be better off pre-ordering something. At least you're guaranteed one product because you put in a pre-order, not like walking around and hoping you wouldn't walk in and get one situation. So
Right.
that's how I see it. I don't know much about sales marketing,
Right.
sales marketing and all that, but I can only assume that much. And that's with a big IP like Smash. That's definitely gonna be they'll definitely be enough for the pre-orders. That's gonna be I have no doubt I'm gonna be getting my copy if I pre-order it.
That reminds me,
So.
I need to fucking pre-order it like now because I'm gonna be sad. I'm gonna forget because this whole week I'm trying to dedicate to my
Finals and all.
final on fucking Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So that at least after you can at least after your final you can just dick around after that.
Right, because I mean, as long as you get the pre-order, as long as you come in at some point and get it,
Yeah,
you know, they can't like take it away from you.
exactly. I mean, you just want your piranha plant. That's why, isn't it?
Right, that's literally the only reason because I'm such a fan of Smash. I don't give it. I don't know. I saw on Facebook one time someone posted you would play a walking dildo if Sakurai made it a character just because it's in Smash, and you're like, you're fucking goddamn right, I would.
Like you're only gonna play piranha plant ironically just because he put it in the game.
Yeah, it's fucking
Hey, all hail
dumb.
Sakurai! Shit, he's the man at this point. Might as well do what God wishes, right?
Right, you're right. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna get
The Smash edition.
I do want this. Well, I have to pre-order the game because I don't have
All
enough
right,
for a
right,
Switch.
right. So at least
Right,
you
I'll
have the
be
game.
buying the fucking game before I get this goddamn Switch. But that's again, gotta have that pre-order point.
Exactly. That's your priority.
Right, but I'm probably not gonna put money into the other characters, not the new characters. I'm not gonna do the $25 get all five because
You mean the like those
the
the
future ones.
oh the five feature ones?
Yeah, I'll probably just buy them in separately because,
Yeah, just to see their kid and all that, right?
well, no, I'm gonna end up owning them all,
Oh, I see.
but I'm gonna be wiped for funds afterwards.
That's true. You gotta pace yourself.
Yeah, though I guess I can get that any time before the first one comes out,
Exactly. Well,
unless they keep the 25 thing and you just get the first five regardless, even
mm,
if some have been revealed. I don't know.
I mean, I'm not
I don't
necessarily
remember if they
sure.
said that's how it was, but who knows? Still getting it.
Yeah,
Fucking Thursday's gonna be fucking crazy.
that's gonna be one hell of a day for me.
Yeah.
But that's all the gaming news we get so far. So
Yeah.
get we gotta keep moving on here. And there's something I guess there's something we haven't necessarily took the time to like really talk about like on air. I think we've talked about this off air plenty of times, Jarron. But
Uh huh.
I don't think you and I have talked about this on air before. And to you, lovely listeners, and just the general question like what makes a good MC or main character for those of you who don't know the lingo.
Big ass titties.
I mean, if the main character is a woman,
Yeah.
so
Or trans, you don't know.
true. I don't know. I'm not sure how to respond to that, Jerron.
Fair enough. No, it was to trip you up to get inside your head.
Yeah, you got inside my head, but yeah, this is just a general question because I guess this is not something you normally think about since it's sort of defaulted that you don't all you gotta do is pay attention to the main character in a
Right.
series, and then you kind of just like you just follow them. You either follow them along or you usually well, you follow along with them or you usually self insert yourself onto them with some sort of
Hmm.
connection.
Well, I mean, I feel that is the whole point.
Well,
You
not
know,
always. Well, I
like,
mean, I don't know, because here, for example, like slime. For slime, I don't necessarily find myself self-inserting myself. I feel like I'm more so like uh along for the ride with slime, following the main character in slime.
uh,
Rather than self-inserting, I'm more like, hey, what the hell is this dude doing? I'm gonna just ride. I'm gonna just like jump on his ride and then
mhm.
just go along and have some fun. Kind of like how he rounded up all the goblins and stuff. It's just I want to be part of his crew. Let's go on an adventure. It's that kind of situation.
Right. That is a good point. Like, I mean, I wasn't gonna necessarily say like the whole point of every anime character was the self insert thing, but like you said, there are plenty of anime characters where it's just like I just want to be around them. Specifically, I guess, yeah, of this season, Slime, Goblin Slayer. I guess would you count Bunny Girl Senpai main character?
I mean, if you have the same level of sarcasm as
Yeah,
our
right.
MC,
Because like See, I don't know how I want to say it. Like,
He's
it
quirky without
yeah,
spoiling.
he's quirky, but I'm saying like there is a difference between characters that you just kind of want to follow behind. Like you like again from Slime, you want to follow him, you want to be in his crew. And there's other characters that is just it's you know you get the viewer experience, not the insert or the following kind of idea.
Oh, okay, so just like you're just the observer.
The observer, right? So I feel that's that's that category of main character where it's he's more of someone to observe than either to fantasize being with, unless you're a fucking fan. It everyone wants to be with their waifus and husbandos, but fuck us and all those all the shitty people. Oh, it's us fucking goofy ass people. But just in general as a viewer, it's just it the mindset you develop when watching him is more of a where's this story gonna go next, not what are we gonna do next or what am I gonna do next,
Yeah, or like what would I do in that
or what would I
situation?
do, right? It's just how does he react because he's
He
he's
does what
just
he
fucking
does.
interesting.
Exactly. Actually, surprisingly for me, for Goblin Slayer, I have more of a self insert situation when it comes to Goblin Slayer,
Uh
because
huh.
you know how Goblin Slayer is an MC. He's that stoic character that doesn't say much,
Right.
and I guess and that that's usually enough for you to like it's enough of a open shell to like hollow set of armor for you to step in, and then I try to I find myself like thinking like before he does what he does, I try to like see I actually try to analyze his situation and then think about
Hmm.
what I would do in that battle scenario, and
Right.
I can and obviously I'd wait for him to do something, and then I'd either react to it and then just commend him, or like, oh, didn't think about that, and just observe to see how he would have done it. So
Hmm.
it's like I mean, it's actually kind of funny for this case because it's almost like playing D&D, especially for
Yeah.
Goblin Slayer.
Well, because yeah, it's literally D&D. If you didn't, we pretty sure we mentioned it before, but Goblin Slayer is a D&D campaign being told as a story, as an anime, I should say.
Yeah. Well, story if you want to count the light novel and all
Yeah,
that. Because I still don't know who. Because I know Goblin Slayer is supposed to be the main character, but majority of the I feel like a lot of the perspective comes from the priestess.
this is true, but it's because it's one of those. It's hard to relate with him because
Mm-hmm.
I mean I know we said that he's again one of those characters that's more what's he gonna do next. Generally, when you have those kind of characters, if you can't at all relate with him, because he's gone through this huge trauma and he's practically insane, you have to have a viewer medium, and we
Mm-hmm.
have that in the priestess because she's relatable. She's just this this upstart wants to be do stuff in the world,
Yeah, she's the
but
noob.
she's the noob. We're noobs, we're the noobs too. So we
We
can
can relate to her more in this
right,
situation.
especially when dealing with him because we kind of just feel like we're her just saddled up next to the motherfucker as you're trying to talk to him. He's like, ah, yes, I see.
Exactly. And it's like,
So
hmm.
you just completely just get the whole idea. Like when the other three characters show up, the elf, the dwarf, and the dragonborn guy,
Mm-hmm.
dragonkin, whatever they call him in the show. Um, she's like, the elf's like, is he like this all the time? And the priest is like, yeah, you just get used to it, and you do. It's like it's not because you feel like you're him. It's because you're just dealing with this motherfucker all the goddamn time.
Exactly. And
It's
sometimes
great.
like a good MC, kind of like a good MC, you can find sometimes you can find some good MCs through its like side characters too, or supporting cast.
Hmm.
Says because it all because however the MC works in dynamic with the other characters does help define who they are, and then it doesn't always have to be positive because right now I'm thinking of like school days right now, and Makoto had one hell of a dynamic with the side characters. That didn't make him a bad MC. It made him more of a impact if anything, his actions made an impact, not positive, obviously, but made an impact to us, the viewers, because we wanted to kill him ourselves.
Right. Yeah. That is
So,
true.
I mean, I don't know how other people feel like how feel. I don't know how you feel about this, Jarron, but like I
If
feel like
you feel
Makoto.
not, if you feel anything but contempt for this character, you are part of the problem. You are the reason for the patriarchy. You're the reason for sexism, racism, Islamic radicalness, uh,
Xenophobia.
xenophobia. You faked the moon landing.
The
Uh, um,
Russians.
the communism, Nazism. You were literally Hitler.
You comparing Hitler to Makoto?
Yep.
No, that's one hell of a regime, if you ask me.
I sure as hell am.
Okay, and then we have situations where like you have multiple characters be like, okay, so I mean, there's obviously one main MC, but you can pretty much you can safely say that like its supporting cast could be considered like as the MCs as well, just because how prevalent they are in the series. One of the examples being Zombieland Saga, just because they're all an idol group. That's sort of their
Right.
thing. So a lot of it centers around them as a group, or even something as complicated and convoluted as Index, where each individual has their own main main addition to the convoluted plot, which is Index.
Well, yeah, but what do you think about those kind of things? Like, I've thought about this a little bit before, but I couldn't really ever come to a conclusion.
How so?
Um, is it better to have a character that we can just kind of always follow, or should we? Is it better to have a just a cast of main characters where they all essentially kind of get the same amount of screen time?
I think just
The
pick and choose
story
your
is
favorite.
about all of them instead of just, I guess, not necessarily centering around one person, but like
Right.
um
And then you just you
from their
then
perspective.
and then you can just like pick and choose your favorite.
Yeah. So you can either pick and choose your favorite or yeah, it's essentially that. And
So you're asking like whether like you're asking which one would be better or beneficial.
which ones, I guess, I don't even know how I want to say this. Like which ones, yeah, I guess more beneficial to the viewer.
I mean, okay, let's see. If I want to go this, if I want to tackle this at as me as an individual for my own viewing
Hmm.
experience, me personally, I would prefer having a I would prefer having multiple characters that have a that have a what was it? I would go with multiple characters that have a meaningful impact with the current MC to the point where they themselves could hold out on their own
Hmm.
without the MC. Because I mean, this is just me. Because in a situation like that, if especially if you have multiple characters, you wouldn't want the situation where you're relying on the MC's screen time uh, during the whole show, meaning that you can do an episode without them because
Right.
all the other characters are that interesting or dynamic enough to hold the show on its own for a couple episodes without the main character.
Hmm.
That's my thing. I would prefer having a multiple amount of characters with like diverse plot devices that either add or complicate the story even further because that'll just keep me entertained but also just engaged with the rest of the characters too because I can plus that also give me time to like care about all the other characters besides the MC.
Right. That is a good point. Like I guess that's kind of the golden standard for any kind of storytelling media if you're gonna have characters like that,
Right.
because no one really wants to have. I mean, again, anime is one of the biggest centers of this. Is where everything's about the main character, and it just wouldn't survive without him. That's
Right. I mean,
like any
what do we
harem
think
anime
of it?
or shit like that.
Oh, besides, oh yeah, oh, yeah, you're right. A lot of harem anime are like that, where it literally just centers around the main guy in this case
Right.
or
Now,
girl.
I'd like to see. I'm pretty sure that it's been done. Um, where the main guy is, a bunch of girls like the main guy, but
Right.
it's all told from the perspective of one of the girls. I'm pretty sure there's something like that. I don't know
Um,
where they are.
I mean, I don't know. If okay, I don't think you. I don't think you're gonna agree with this, but I think for me, I believe that anime I can think of that fits that description would be the To Love Ru series. Just because me, this is me. This is just me personally. Just because I've the reason why I say this is because I can say that there's a good amount of screen time for each girl in the whole series. That's we're talking about To Love Ru, Moto To Love Ru, Darkness Second, all that stuff. Because
Mm-hmm.
since there's so many girls in that fucking harem, there's a lot of episodes that just heavily center around one of the girls, and and it's like you said, sometimes some of those episodes have their perspective on
Mm-hmm.
have their perspective when it comes to the main character in that series.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's just me though. That's where I think Televeru kind of fits that level of perspective awareness, I guess you'd say.
Right, I got you. And I did just think about it. I did we ever talk about manga?
Manga, like
Yeah, just stories in manga.
no, not that I could think of.
All right,
Why?
well,
What
we'll
do you
do an
bring it up?
episode on that later.
Oh, okay.
But we personally had a conversation about a couple different manga that we read, and I brought up to you that one, the Hanekon,
Oh,
Hanekon.
remind me. The name is so. I
It's the
recognize the name, but I can't remember the story.
it's the one where the polygamous marriages are legal in this one area.
Yes, okay, I remember now.
I forgot that that's essentially one of those. The main character is the most recent wife in this group of wives that's married to this husband, and I absolutely fell in love with it despite how against polygamous marriages I am.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, against in the sense that I don't feel like it works. If that's your life situation, do it, do you?
Exactly, but you can't. But I remember this conversation because you said you can't argue against it because a lot of the points they make is also relevant.
Right? They make sense. It's like it was tearing my brain apart because like every time I thought of like, well, this is a problem, and then somewhere in the manga, it's like, no, it's not. They figured it out because reasons, and I'm like, well, fuck me, right?
Exactly, like
But
this is reasonable. You're just being selfish right now, or you're thinking about it in a bias standpoint.
yeah, but that's just me. I'm biased.
Well, I mean,
At
that's
least I
true.
can admit it though.
Yeah, it's true. You can admit you're biased.
There are a lot of people that will fucking rip your dick off for even insinuating that they can't have another fucking perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of want to talk. I want to say this is because there's a reason why I brought up the whole main character good MC thing. Is
Hmm.
because I think a lot of people confuse like a good MC. Okay, so obviously there are good MCs, there are bad MCs. You don't get a lot of bad MCs now and then. Um,
Well, it's because most of the ones that I feel that would be considered bad are the ones that are supposed to be self-insert characters, but they're too bland. You know?
which is why I'm saying that I feel like people are confusing bad MCs with just boring MCs, which is not necessarily bad, especially because it's not necessarily bad in a sense, depending on
Mhm.
how the actual story goes for the rest of the series.
Right.
That's one because that's one thing where I think could pick it up because I'll go back. School Days, Makoto was a bland ass character,
At first.
and at first, and with the addition of all the girls and then his decisions after, and then his dynamics with those girls, that's what made his MC good, but also like uh even though he himself is a boring character as an individual.
Hmm.
Now, I want to so this may be blasphemous. This may be blasphemous for most of you in this community for some god awful reason. But I personally don't think that Kirito from SAO is not a bad MC. But I
We also
will.
have 4 subscribers.
Yep, we just lost our entire fan base. I'm sorry. I will admit though, he is a bland MC because he's probably like the most normie MC I could possibly think of when it comes to relating it to any other MC from any other like fantasy style or even like like action slice of life series like such as Sao. But because of the abundance of the other characters like Asuna or freaking Suga, or even like the recent series of Yugo and the Alicization arc and all that,
Hmm.
it's the other characters which help mold the main character the main character's actions, which progresses and makes the story interesting.
I don't know.
And
That's one kind of sucks too, though.
why is she too much of is she too normie of a heroine for you,
She's
John?
like she's kind of tsundere, kinda.
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing though, is it?
No, no, but like there's a level of tsundere where it's like
Is she
there's
too normal?
there's
Is she
there's
normie
character trope
tsundere?
tsundere, and then there's
Is she normie
like
tsundere? Is that it?
she's normie tsundere.
I think this is where the problem. I think this is where the problem is. I like. Is there something? Is there? Okay, I personally don't have anything against normie behavior in anime, just because it's like you said, you don't get a lot of like some you don't get a lot of self insert good self insert animes, usually because like it kind of compromises the main character
Yeah.
usually. But in this case, I feel like this is like where am I going? Where am I going with this?
You can find it.
He's like because Kirito is so normie, he's practically relatable when it comes to like his mentality, his thinking, and even going with even understanding the context of what he's been through as well as his actions because of what happened before. You can sort of justify what he's currently trying to do or what he's trying to achieve in a specific scenario, especially with like this, especially with this current season,
Hmm.
because um, where am I? My brain is farty right now. Uh,
You're essentially, I feel like you're essentially saying that because Kirito is kind of boring, he's kind of bland. He does have his own interests per se, because like in the anime, it's explained that he does enjoy programming. Again, he does like video games. Otherwise, he wouldn't have played Sword Art Online. He does like VR games and shit like that. But because he's never like giddy about it,
oh, another thing is that, and also he's also not like he's not being downed upon. Like he's not being lowered. Like he's not OP, but he's not like the bottom of the food chain. He's pretty much at like the average level, which he knows where he's at, and he can even go further than that if he needs to.
well,
Uh,
in the new one,
well, that's because if you're putting in context with the past games, that's because he's got a 2-year-old SAO account that he's migrated through the rest of the games because of the whole seed situation.
right?
That's why I like Alicization because it's pretty much puts him in a fresh start. But yeah, it pretty much. Because the way I'm going with this is from a different anime called Excel World,
Hmm.
where I don't think you watch this because I remember your reasoning. I remember your reasoning for this because the main character in Excel World, Haru, is because he was fat, right?
No, it's not necessarily just because he was fat. Because again, I'm watching a fucking sumo anime and they're all fucking fat.
That's true.
Well, most of them are fat, I should say. It's because he's too pathetic.
Like he's too like bottom food chain.
He's too bottom full chain. Whereas like, yeah, sure he gets. I know he get. It's an anime. He gets better, quote quote unquote better.
Mm-hmm.
He gains confidence through the game and because his girl claimed him or whatever. But like, it's just like that first episode was so hard to get through. It was like, he's
Okay, so let me ask you this. So I mean, okay,
it's
in
rough.
in your opinion, then, do you think that Haru from Excel World, in your opinion, would be a poor or a bad MC in this case?
I think he's a really good MC because there are plenty of characters that you see in anime that are bullied and it does affect them, but because you don't get to exactly follow them
Like during the bully
deeply,
process?
because normally bully characters are usually side characters. It's
Right.
not that common for a main character to be the one that's bullied.
That's true.
Um, and you get to see either the main character do something for the character that's bullied to help pull them up or something like that. or some event, whatever happens. You get to see that happen. But with his case, you get to really see the effects of it. And it was because you get to see in depth the effects of how, him being bullied. I was like, I don't want to see this broken child. I mean, again, he gets better. But I just didn't care to see the up the up intake,
Oh, okay.
not up intake, the fucking growth, because I couldn't deal with the trash that was before me.
Like literally too.
Yeah, but that's my own fault. I'm sure Excel World's pretty decent.
Yeah, Excel World is pretty good. But because the point where I wanted to go here is like because so a character such as like Haru, where um, well, I was sort of surprised you said he was a good MC because I also think he's a good MC too because he's one of those MCs where you can't necessarily it's almost it's you can almost try to self insert yourself into him because
And then you feel bad, and then
no
you
no
stop.
no it's not like that. But like so it's like you said in the beginning he's a pathetic character where he can't even stand up for himself
Hmm.
in situations, and in 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 his case as a character, the self insert comes in a point where you want to like be his like you know he can do better and you want to be his like pick me up, so you want to like just like back him up, not as a observer or a side character, but you want to like jump into his shoes and just like fuck shit up. It's like it kind of gives it's like a motivator like a motivating self insert, if that makes any sense.
Hmm.
Kind of like I guess another example would be Deku from My Hero, because I mean,
That's
granted,
true. He's
there's a
another
lot of
character that was bullied.
like monologuing, and there's a lot of even though he talks a lot, he's a good example of like really you can put yourself in his shoes and
Hmm.
feel that motivation and feel that you can understand where he's coming from and what he's trying to say, and you kind of want to just like either scream next to him or just be him and just plus ultra your way through whatever
Right.
situation is in.
But I would say, but here's the thing though, I wouldn't argue that Deku is one of the best examples of a good character.
Really, how so?
He's how do, let me formulate this real quick. It's because when I think of a good character, I think of an emotional wheel. They should definitely have their own type of personality, their own
Right.
situation and things, but based on what happens, they react separately, differently.
Okay.
And Deku is a good example of the kind of character that's kind of like that, but isn't, I guess, not far enough.
So like I wouldn't
He's
say
he's like a medium between.
he's not fully developed, but like sort of half baked in a sense.
Not, I guess maybe half baked is a good way to put it. Like, so there's like your Naruto's and your
Luffy's.
Ichigo's, your Luffy's in the on the bad side. Yeah, fucking castrate me for saying this. But fuck you anyway, because
You have the whole jump community coming at you now.
right, like, come at me, fuck you. I'm just saying, like, these characters they're one thing, they're spirit incarnate. No
Mm-hmm.
matter what happens, they will never get down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. But I can't give them a seal of they're this super cool dynamic character that's just interesting to follow and watch them react to different situations. No, it's like which one of them yells the loudest and can punch the hardest.
Yeah, they're the cool ones, I guess you'd say. Like, hey, it's more like something you can like kind of just like rally behind as something pretty cool and just cheer for.
Right. So I guess they're the most unrealistic character, period. Because they're all just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the other side where you get characters that have a full range of emotion where they can get down, they get angry, they get distracted and stuff like that. And some good examples are it's been a while. Um so when was the last time I saw a main character cry? Oh, okay, so how about fucking
Kirito
from
cried.
Clannad? Fuck Kirito. Uh,
Hey, what was that you were just talking about? That the ones that have gone through emotions that have their own difficulties. And this is where the fucking hypocrisy comes from. This is why I think like people just don't like Kirito because of bullshit reasons.
well, see, here's the thing. I can't judge Kirito because um I've only seen
Season one.
Sword Art Online season 1.
Okay.
And I mean, granted, that did have a good amount of it. I would argue Kirito's a pretty decent character. He's just on the bland side of one of this dynamic character kind of
Yeah.
thing.
He's just not
He's
the worst character to ever see on screen.
right. He's got a boring personality, but he has the aspects of seeing him actually legit angry.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
he's the
seeing him
he's human.
fail and shit like that.
Yeah, he's pretty human for as a
Right,
character.
right. He's just boring.
Yeah.
Um, but
But you're going with Clannad.
I was going with Clannad, the main character from Clannad.
Tomoya?
Tomoya. He's I would say anything but he's like, he's that kind of snarky kind of character that's super cynical about everything,
Mm-hmm.
but through all the trials and tribulations of that Clannad puts his ass through, you get to see his full range of emotion.
Oh yeah, like you see,
He gets the
you literally see his entire life kind of go
you,
by.
you literally see his entire life. He gets depressed, he gets angry, he's happy, he's you know, all this and it's great. I love seeing that. But when and Deku's kind of like that middle ground between the two where he's shonen spirited enough to like always look up to him, but he's dynamic enough because he's a nerd. He can't always be the super confident character because he's not.
Right.
He doubts himself sometimes, but as it goes on, it's just he gets nothing but positives, I guess.
Okay. Okay. So, well, I don't know if this is a fair example, but so like post Kamina young Simone
So like after
after that, but he's still young. It's that trans. It's
yeah, it's
him.
that transition. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That is perfect. I don't even know why that wasn't my first example. Simone and Kamina are literally the two sides of this fucking equation.
Okay. They're the same coin pretty much.
Well,
They're on the same. They're on the same coin but different sides.
yeah. So Kamina is the example of always this bastion of faith and just always looking up. I mean, granted, you do get bits and pieces of him being scared with the whole them getting buried in the mountainside thing. But in general, as you see him, he is just literally an embodiment of manly willpower, and that's all he is. There's nothing really else to him. But because it's so much higher than I've ever fucking seen, I love it to death. Like I don't care what anime it is. I don't care what character. His willpower's stronger. Fuck you. Kiss literally eat my entire dick. But then Simone, like from beginning to end. Well, okay, not beginning to end,
So young
but like
Simone maybe.
young Simone, he's this ball of not angst, anxiety.
Yeah. There we go.
He's
Just
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 always
question. You just question
yeah,
everything.
questioning everything, doubting everything, confused about everything. He follows Kamina, and he feels good about it, and he gains his spirit as the anime goes on. And when he becomes an adult, he's
Like a
kind of what Kamina was, but not as blind in
yeah.
his
Like
um
he became the Simone that believed in Kamina.
right.
That
So
makes sense.
he's another one of those like middle grounders where Deku is, where he has this range, but it's never. I mean, well, he leans back after once he becomes an adult
Right.
from this dynamic circle of a character. Um, but uh, shit, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, he's he becomes that middle ground between the shonen I can do anything and the uh
Let's think about this.
the dynamicness of a character.
Right.
There he's in between with Deku. And our original point was Kirito is on more on the dynamic side, but he's just boring
Yeah,
as a character, as a person.
I mean normal at this point, to be
He's
honest.
just too normal.
Yeah, and another normal, I guess, and though like there's also but there's also a such thing as a good normal in a case of Rika from Gridman.
Right? Yeah, exactly. It's the weirdest thing. All these other characters have some sort of personality quirk. I mean, I guess not so much in the main character, but he's again self-insert character because he's got amnesia.
I mean, he's the Ultraman MC, to be honest at this point. Like
Yeah,
he's got that persona.
yeah, you're right. But then Rika's just like she's as normal girl. She's as normal a character as I've seen in a long time. Like she's just so
Actually, you know what I think it is?
what?
I think Rika is like the character embodiment of all us viewers. Like,
I didn't think about that.
because I think because the reason why we like you and I like her in terms of as a character is because she
Thighs.
she well besides the art besides the objectified reason for it we relate to her, we like her as a character because we also relate to her because her actions are about as reasonable as what we would do in the
Right.
actual show. Like, there's no need for us to self insert ourselves next to the main character because she's already there doing that for us.
Right, exactly. She's the what is it? The anchor in the storm, essentially.
Exactly, and that anchor is is her thighs.
Right, the delicious thighs. Actually, fun fact about Rika. Apparently, now this is skeptical, but I saw a picture not too long ago. If I can find it again, I'll post it on the Facebook and on the Twitter.
Are you talking about the
But
Transformers thing?
yeah, the Transformers thing.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, Rika's character model is based off of Megatron.
Actually, Draw, I don't know if you read the rest of that. All the characters are actually based off of different Transformers.
Well, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, because like, and also, and that, I think I read the same post as you. Because all the bad guys have red eyes, all the good guys have blue eyes, and all that.
Hmm.
And and after reading that, I realized something too. Rika is the only one that has a different color in her eyes. She has purple in her eyes rather than blue. So she's
Hmm.
like in between. Because I mean, because of not spoiling anything, but as a recent events, her loyalties have been questioned. So
Right.
that's sort of like a fun little Easter egg.
Right. It's fucking sexy as shit.
I mean, Trigger knows how to trigger us.
Trigger knows how to get right in my dick. That's what they know how to do.
Exactly. But but yeah, like Rika is a good normal character that you can kind of just have your throat choked on by her thighs. But
But you will appreciate it because again, like we said, she's so normal that she just grounds us in the weirdness that's going on in fucking Gridman.
yeah, she's the ground. Yeah, she's pretty much the grounded element in everyone else's like Cloud 9 character type.
Hmm.
But so we've been going on for a bit, guys. So what do you guys think? I mean, the latter half of the latter half of the episode server was talking about like main characters, MCs, and all that stuff.
Right.
What do you guys think makes a good MC? I know we didn't talk much about bad MCs because I mean, to be honest, nothing comes to mind at the moment when it comes to
I got
bad
a few.
MCs. Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
want to just pop them out before we end here?
Naruto, Luffy.
The jump, the Shonen Jump MCs.
Not just them. Though honestly, they're the only ones I can think of. It's like it's the characters that don't have any depth to them.
Black
But
Clover.
yeah, fucking Black. Yeah, no, fuck. Actually, no. Naruto, Luffy, all them, they're fine. Kid from Black Clover, literally, he can eat an entire dick.
I don't know. I hear Black Clover's
No.
gotten better.
No, it hasn't.
I mean, according to Giga, it's gotten better.
It's gotten better when you ignore the main character.
Hey,
That's a problem.
apparently, not liking a main character because the way he talks is not a relevant argument, Jarron.
What do you mean?
According
It's
to the
not
internet,
relevant?
according to the
What do
internet,
you
it's not
mean?
it's not a relevant problem
How
or
does that
not a
make-
relevant argument.
Oh man, the person that's gonna be on screen most of the time, I can't stand. What? Oh yeah, it's just fucking.
What do
You're
you guys
absolutely correct.
What do you guys think? Do you think Jarron has a valid point here? Do you think what do you guys think of the Black Clover MC?
No,
That'll be the main poll.
it's not. Do you think Jerron has a valid point? Is tell me why I have a valid point. There's no there is no refusing. There's no rebuttal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, if you want to go and try to pick a fight with Jarron, and where can they find you, Jarron?
You can try to verbally kick my ass on our Facebook, Wannabe Cast Facebook page. You can find us at Wannabe on Twitter. You can also listen to us on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play. Did I already say iTunes?
You just did.
All right. Well, iTunes, Listen Notes, the Stitcher app, and any other place that has picked up our RSS feed and podcast.
And as always, guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading us. As of this recording, we have just reached over 900 total downloads. We're at that almost sweet spot, 1,000 total downloads, and I still don't know what to do. I have an idea what I'm gonna do, but it's probably gonna be painful. So more to come, but with the way things are going, we may just hit our 1,000 download mark either before
January.
No, not just that. I think it's either gonna be before, like before or after next week's podcast, because the way things are. Yeah, because I was surprised how because just last week it was already at it was just at 900, and then right now it's like at 920 or something. So we're climbing up there real quickly, and for the 4 of you people that have been downloading us, we thank you so much. And once we get to that 1,000 mark, be sure to come visit us on our WBA TV page and the Facebook page, because I will be posting there as well a little special gift of a video for you guys. And John as well. He'll be joining me on this glorious expedition of self-righteousness and coming of age ceremony.
Is that what you want to call it?
Coming of download ceremony. I don't know. I don't know.
We're gonna have a quinceañera for the page.
Or a centennial era era, right? Yeah, centenniera. Oh no,
centenniera.
Wait, no, that's sentinel. That's 100. So millennial era.
Yep. That's a word.
That's it. And as always, guys, my name is Jomel Socorro.
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
And we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for life.
Thanks for listening, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.